someone made this really statuesque god of a snowman.
Thanks for
really
the compliment.
hot. Yeah, with all these
Really hot,
abs.
sexy
The
snowman.
sexiest snowman you've ever seen.
The craziest nipples you've ever seen as
They're
well.
long. Really long snow nipples.
And like crazy circle indents around in like the areola part of it. The areolas are wild in this movie.
Baloney nips on this snowman.
It's a bit niche.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, welcome back.
Welcome to a bit niche holiday edition.
Woo! Our first holiday special.
Yay.
I'm so excited. Well, I guess our first episode was kind of Halloweenish, so
Yeah, but this is our first
Christmas special.
Christmas special. Yeah.
Winter holiday.
Winter holiday. Winter day.
Winter.
That's a bummer. That's a bummer that I tried to make that a thing. Winter day? That was a miss.
Winter holiday.
That was a miss.
We're starting off strong here on this winter holiday episode.
Yes, ma'am, sir. So
Respect my name.
I don't know your snowman pronouns.
That's true. That's true. Well, in a life outside of this, my name is Abby.
And usually I'm Laurel. And this is
A bit niche. But today, I'm Frosty?
Maybe?
I'm on a live snowman. Mm-hmm. And that's about it. You can see I'm white from head to toe, beyond my hands, and my body is ripped. I'm not a normal snowman. I'm a jacked snowman.
That's right. And I am the snowman after coming to life.
You see that red scarf?
Because good things happen when you're left out in the cold. And we're doing this because we're dressed this way because this week we're talking about the movie Hot Frosty. If you haven't seen Hot Frosty, highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it.
And, you know, when we decided, well, what are we going to dress up as for
Right.
this? Like, well, how are we going to choose which one of us is Hot Frosty?
Exactly.
We're both Hot Frosty. Just before and after the
after.
transformation.
Yes. Before and after his transition. And your name's Jack, by the way.
Oh,
but
yes.
we've already done it like a million times where we've been calling Jack / the snowman Frosty or him Hot Frosty.
Well,
So
because
that's
the
who
movie's
we're
called Hot
right.
Frosty. So.
And like, yeah, it's Frosty. That's his name. I don't know.
Yeah.
Frosty the fucking snowman.
Yeah.
Come on. So that's who we're referring to. And we both had to represent.
Right. So for context, Hot Frosty is a new movie on Netflix. And it was kind of marketed as like too hot for Hallmark. It has Lacey.
It's got Lacey in it.
It's got Lacey in it. What is her name? It's got Lacey Chabert in it. We know her as Gretchen Wieners.
Yes.
From Mean Girls.
Yeah, well, you know her as that.
You've seen
I've seen
Girls.
Mean Girls. Yes, I wouldn't have told you that she was in it. Absolutely not.
Okay. And Dustin Milligan, who is Ted from Schitt's Creek, and he plays Hot Frosty. So this is one that neither of us had seen, obviously, because it's brand new.
Yeah.
So we sat down and watched it together. Had a great time.
Yes.
Let's hear what we thought the movie was going to be about.
Girls, gays, everything in between and outside. Folks, we've got some predictions.
Okay. Hot Frosty. We're about to watch Hot Frosty. Neither of us have seen it. What do you think?
So what I know about it is only what my coworker told me, who introduced me to the movie. And the vibes I got from it was that it's just a little spicier than a Hallmark movie, but it gives Hallmark. You know what I think is going to happen? Like any old Hallmark movie, this chick, is he in snowman form?
For part of it, I think.
Right. And then I know there's something with the scarf, and she puts the scarf on him. He then turns human, I think, and they somehow fall in love. But there's got to obviously be, like, you know, some big fight or thing that's going to happen where clearly he's got to go back to being a snowman or some shit. Like, how can he do both? Oh, when it's spring, is he going to melt? Like, some conflict, you know, and then some magic will fucking happen, and they'll be in love forever. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm gonna fucking eat that shit up. I'll like it. What do you got?
Yeah, so I don't know anything about it because I learned about it from you, and it was merely just you sending me, I think, a picture of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm in. Just by the title, Hot Frosty.
Yes.
God damn it, I'm in. But apparently it's too hot for Hallmark.
Too hot for Hallmark.
Which I hope it is. I
Me
hope it's
too.
wild. I hope there's some... No, I'm not going to say that. 'Cause I hope there's some weird, like, ice sex.
Yeah.
What do I think is going to happen? Doesn't matter to me. I just hope it's cute. I'm going to love it. I hope we get some zany, like, side characters.
Me too. I'd like to dress up as one of them, so.
Yeah. I hope it's just a fun little snowy, sexy romp.
Right. And get ready for probably some cheesy quotes.
Oh. I hope so.
I'm feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
And now, back to the show.
Okay, overall impressions of Hot Frosty.
I loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah. It was like, you know, you got the cheesiness of the Hallmark vibe, but not super spicy, actually.
No, it
Like,
wasn't.
Not really actually too hot for Hallmark at all.
No.
But, like, you also got a wholesome, like, story and ending. And, like, Frosty ended up being so cute and endearing.
Yeah. I was so surprised because I was expecting Hallmark movie level of cheese.
Yes.
And it was cheesy, but they leaned into it
Yep.
in the best way.
Yeah.
And then they actually, made it really heartfelt and it just, no notes, a masterpiece.
No, I know. I actually love it.
Yeah, I'll be watching this every holiday season now.
Same.
For every holiday, not just Christmas.
Not just Christmas.
I will be watching this for the 4th of July. It's a national treasure.
Yeah. God, I love Hot Frosty.
Oh, me too. So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So I do feel like notables and quotables will probably be big for us this episode.
Oh, absolutely. We're happy to bring it back.
Extra! Get your notables and quotables here. Notables and quotables, folks. Should we run through, maybe it'd be helpful, since this is a newer release, just to run through like a quick synopsis.
I agree.
Cliff's notes?
Mm-hmm.
Is that on me or you?
Yeah, I was like, take it away. You know I'm not about the plot.
Okay. Lacey Chabert. Kathy, her husband dies, right? So she's living in this house and she's been neglecting her house and her welfare for a long time.
Yeah.
She does not pay her water, heat bill, anything.
Nothing.
Cracks in the whole house, but it's like a really nice house.
Right.
I was like, okay.
And then, like, how'd you get that hole in the stair?
Yeah.
Whatever.
So anyways, she also
Depressed.
does she own the cafe?
She owns the cafe, Kathy's Cafe.
Kathy's Cafe. So she owns this cafe.
Yes.
And it's around Christmas time. And she goes into her friend's thrift shop. They give her this red magical scarf.
Naturally.
And they're like, I think you really need it. Like, it's got a little something extra.
Special. I met the love of my life when I had it on. It's magic.
It's magical. She's like, all right. She takes the scarf. Turns out there's like a snowman making competition in the little village. So she sees one that's made, someone made this really statuesque god of a snowman.
Thanks for
really
the compliment.
hot. Yeah, with all these
Really hot,
abs.
sexy
The
snowman.
sexiest snowman you've ever
the
seen.
craziest nipples you've ever seen as
They're
well.
long. Really long snow nipples.
And like crazy circle indents around in like the areola part of it. The areolas are wild in this movie.
Baloney nips on this snowman. So anyway, she goes, well, naturally, I'm going to have to cover up those baloney nips. And
This isn't decent. The children are coming.
she puts the scarf on the snowman. Lo and behold, snowman comes to life.
Duh. Enter Jack.
Hilarity ensues. They meet, Kathy and Jack. She takes him in like a lost puppy.
Exactly. Naturally, you let random people in your home.
And, I won't spoil it all, but they fall in love.
The Frosties start making out.
Oh, but it is really just lovely.
Yes. Yeah. And like we've talked about, there's some cringy, cheesy bits along the way, but altogether, a lovely story.
Yeah, it really is.
And very well done.
Very well done. I'm just trying to think about what to dive into first.
No, that's what I'm saying, because here's the thing. The fact that the second thing on our list is what's cancer is giving me a little pause. I think that's why we're struggling to jump in a little bit here, because that is literally the next note.
Well, okay. I think it is, but it's hard not to, because a key theme in this movie is grief.
Yep.
Because it's not just like, oh, like she's got a dead husband, time to move on. It's like, no, she's got a dead husband and she's having a really hard time working through it.
Yeah.
And she has not been able to love herself since her husband has died. Like, it's sad.
Yeah.
I did find myself crying during Hot
Absolutely.
Frosty. And yeah, it doesn't take a lot to make me cry. But this one really got me. So... Oh, one thing on the dead husband, though. The Photoshop.
So bad. Like, with how great the movie was, like, you couldn't have done any better. You couldn't have just taken a real picture.
Yeah.
It could have been any guy in the entire world.
It's the only time he shows up.
Yeah.
Is in the Photoshop picture.
So you could have taken the cameraman from out back.
Put Kathy in a white dress.
Like,
and just...
Why use Photoshop?
Yeah.
And shittily, I might add.
Yeah, it was really bad. Yeah, so that was fun. We find out how the husband dies.
I shouldn't laugh.
Well, it's how he dies isn't funny.
No, of course
It's
not.
The way that they present it is so wild. Because some context too, I don't know how they decided what Jack does and does not like have knowledge of and understand.
Right.
Like, okay, he doesn't really know. He doesn't have shame around being naked.
Right. He doesn't know how to work a TV.
Right. He doesn't know how to work a TV, but he can read English.
And read the word cancer and be like, oh, that's bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So after Kathy takes in Mr. Snowman, she's like, hey, I gotta go to work. You can do anything in my house. Also, she doesn't believe that he's a snowman, so she just takes in this random ass naked dude.
Literally.
And is like, here, just go ahead and live in my house. It's fine. Just like, don't break anything.
Right. And she knows he committed the crimes, which, I mean, he shouldn't be arrested for that. It's literally not that big of a deal.
Oh, the crime is that he broke into the thrift store and stole some clothes.
Right. And then was streaking also, which, like, he didn't know. He's a snowman.
Yeah, he didn't know that was wrong.
So, like, yeah, again, it takes her until the end to be like, yeah, he is a snowman. So, like you said, literally he's just, you said this before, harboring a fugitive.
Yeah. Well, and even if he wasn't a criminal, he's still just a random guy.
Dude, who, like, looks sickly,
but is
like,
also
she for
jacked.
sure, like, when she starts her interaction, she for sure is like, oh, this is, like, I don't know, a cracked out dude.
Yeah, like, I don't know this guy. He could be dangerous.
Yeah, like, she's like, oh, come get some food or something, trying to be helpful. That's nice. But then how do you leap to inviting him into your home?
Mm-hmm. Well, because remember, she takes him to the doctor. She's like, you're burning up.
Yeah.
Like, something's wrong. She takes him to the doctor and gets his temperature taken, and he's like 28 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And then the doctor's like, maybe he is a snowman. Just take him home with you.
It's Christmas. Wouldn't that be fun?
And, like, honestly, pop off. Like,
Right. Go,
that's
girl.
fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, take him home. So she takes him home, and he goes rooting, like, through the basement
Naturally.
while she's at work, and he's looking through old boxes, find said bad Photoshop picture of husband, and then he finds all these medical records, right? So the reason this is so funny is because when you watch the movie, just notice the font.
The font is crazy. It's somehow worse than Comic Sans.
Yeah. Of his, like, medical chart.
And let's be clear, the medical chart doesn't say medical chart or anything like that. It says health notes. Health notes is the header.
Presumably written by a doctor. And it's in basically Comic Sans.
Yes.
And it says health notes. Oh, wait, I should pull it up and
I know, I was going to say, because if I'm remembering
I have a
correctly,
picture of it.
Yes, I was like, oh, I remember we did take a picture. Because it's literally like chemotherapy. Like, just these, like, crazy fucking things.
Yeah, it's like, could start radiation.
Yeah, like,
So it says, health notes, surgery to be scheduled. Chemotherapy will start immediately. Radiation therapy, TBD.
TBD.
Which, like, look, I'm no doctor. I don't know
What
how-
actual notes they
Yeah.
should be taking.
Right, but it just seems like combining something like you got cancer with, like, Comic Sans, basically,
Crazy.
is wild. Yeah, so that part made it hilarious.
Radiation TBD.
TBD. Like, maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? So that was pretty wild. And then Kathy comes home later,
Yep.
and Jack goes up to her and is like, hey,
Kathy?
Kathy, what's cancer?
Read the room, Jack.
Come on, man.
We know you can read.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And it's just like, it was a really a jarring thing to say.
Yeah. I also think that this is the first time I felt this way with this movie. Is sometimes the part I didn't like about it was that Kathy and Jack were giving mother-son vibes. And this was the first instance of that where, like, she was explaining cancer to, like, a child.
Yeah,
Which I get it. It's the premise, like, he doesn't know. That's how you're going to have to explain it and stuff. But then the fact that I knew they were falling in love.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Didn't
tough.
love it.
Yeah, it's tough because he's like the body of a full-grown man and the brain of a person who's been alive for a couple days.
Yeah.
But also he has an
Knows.
understanding of certain things.
Right. And speaks the English language. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, you can't think about it that hard because when
No.
you do, it's not fun anymore.
Right.
And he learns a
Absolutely.
lot from TV. He watches TV all day and learns
That's
a lot.
like his thing. He learns
It's
so
adorable.
much from TV.
Yeah, like she comes home that night and he's making homemade eggnog.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I found out how to make it on TV.
And the pizzas.
Yeah.
And the fact that he already made himself a pizza and then put it in the fridge.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so endearing.
And I love the little, like, cheesy, and I think they, like, obviously played into it in this regard. Like, when he's making the pizza and they're cutting it, they
Yeah.
both reach for the
That's so
pizza cutter and,
cute.
like, touch hands. Like,
Yeah, like they know exactly what they're doing,
Yeah.
which is why it's cute.
cute, exactly.
Like they're not taking it too seriously.
Yeah, and in the like credits afterwards, they did a blooper of that where like they're both like dying laughing as they're going in because they know how cheesy it is.
Yeah.
So I liked those bits.
Yeah, it's adorable. I mean, okay. I'll take this opportunity just to say that they did not have to make Jack look so sickly.
It was
And
terrifying.
I think perhaps he went a little too method. He kind of went like the Christian Bale route.
Ooh.
Like he cut pretty heavy.
Oh my God, yeah.
Man has 0% body fat.
0% body fat.
And like obviously his muscles are very defined because of that, but then his face looks almost like gaunt.
Yeah.
And it's a bit jarring because he's a very attractive, cute man.
Right.
When, you know, he's
Not
had a carb
here,
or
though.
two.
Yeah.
And well, he's still like he's still cute, but it's just
Yeah. I think it's the sickly vibe mixed with the fact that he's kind of like bopping around and gives a little bit of like a childlike vibe.
Yeah. It just makes
Because
you a
he's
little
learning,
uncomfy.
Yeah, that it's...
So, yeah, based on his looks alone, it'd be like, this isn't like as hot.
Right.
But then, like, his personality shines through because this actor does a really good job of, like, just being a goofy like,
guy,
good guy. Yeah. That then you still, like, he's hot because of that.
Yes.
So all of that to say, I wish they just didn't
Make him so sickly looking.
Yeah.
And he's always sweating.
Well,
so.
and maybe that's part of it, too, is because he's... Poor Jack is so uncomfortable during this whole movie because he has to be kept so cold because even though he has human skin...
He's melting?
He's melting. Like, he has to keep his body temperature really low.
Yeah.
So maybe he's supposed to look kind of sickly because he's suffering all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, literally melting.
Yeah.
Burning up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Should we talk about probably the only one, like, obscene scene sexually?
What are you speaking of?
Well, I don't mean, like, actually, like, physical.
Well, of course, there wasn't.
Yeah, but the car, the old lady.
Oh, my God. How could I forget? It's probably my favorite.
Yeah. Like, I don't think there was anything in here that was too hot for Hallmark, maybe except for this scene,
yeah.
And it's not even that it's hot, it's just the innuendo.
Yes.
Is
but
ridiculous.
I still think that Hallmark could have done something like that. Maybe not gone as far.
Yeah, they totally could have.
But
I also feel like they would have butchered it somehow, like by making it even more cheesy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, the actors, they did such a good job with it, and it was very funny.
Yeah, so in this scene... Oh, did you have to get that? Was it a call?
No, it was about to call 911.
Police! Imagine the cops show up.
And I have to go to the door like this.
We answer the door. Yes, officer?
Yes, officer? Oh, that's one thing we will talk about is the cops in this movie.
Yeah.
But this scene is actually gold. So there is the just cutest grandma with the greatest vibe from the jump. And she's driving by in her little old school car. And this is when Jack starts fixing the roof where there's a leak, even though it's on the first floor and there's still a second story, but the roof fixes it. Don't think too much about it. And he's on the roof, shirt off, of course, tool belt, jeans. And, you know, naturally this old woman is enthused and she crashes into the
like snowbank,
I think. Jack being Jack. The way he slid down that ladder.
Honestly, that was pretty hot.
It was crazy.
He slides down the ladder, like, only holding the sides.
Yeah, like fours.
And he's like, hang on, ma'am, just...
Right.
That was pretty cool.
And goes and checks on her. He's, like, leaning on the windowsill. And, you know, he's got to help her get out of the snowbank. So,
and he says, you want me to get behind you and push? And the old lady's like, yeah, you better. And then he's like pushing and she's
repeating.
Like, ooh. And it's like,
almost there. I'm almost there. Go, go, go. And continually does it.
It's a lot. It goes on for a really long time.
Yes.
And then she's like, ooh, maybe I could take you home with me. I have a light bulb that needs changing and I have all these things that need repairs. And he's like, oh, but I gotta do this for Kathy. And Kathy told me not to leave. She's like, no. I've known Kathy forever. She'd be fine sharing.
Yeah. Little creepy grandma.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah.
But I also love when he does go with her, of course. The group of older women that are sitting in that room, like just gawking at him. I love each of their vibes. I know that they're there, retired women. They're in the afternoon having their tea and crackers or whatever you have as an older person.
I think they're drinking alcohol.
I love that.
Yeah.
And they're in the most iconic outfits, each and every one of them.
Yeah. They were all fashion queens.
I wanted to be their friends.
Yes.
I wanted to be there.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, after you see that they're all just kind of hanging out, watching them and, like, you know, gabbing, you're like, okay, this isn't actually that creepy. It's kind of cute.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a little creepy.
But, yeah.
But, like, it was cute. That was probably the only scene that was, I mean, there was sexual innuendo throughout.
Right.
But that was probably the most obscene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely thought it was gonna be a little bit more sexual. Like, they didn't kiss until the very, very end because the vibe that we were told it was like too hot for Hallmark. So I don't know.
Thought there was going to be like an actual sex scene or something.
Right.
Yeah. Which, you know, I had questions throughout, which I know we're all like, oh, you can't think about it too hard because that doesn't make it fun. But before he, spoiler alert, in the end, he turns human because the first time he was kind of human, but not fully human. Like, because he's still melting. Yeah. But the whole time I'm trying to figure out, okay, so, like, what is he made of? Like, what is his anatomy? Does he have blood? Does he have bones? He was blowing up balloons. So
his lungs.
He has lungs.
Go crazy.
Yeah, his lungs go crazy. I don't know what, he has, reproductive organs. He's got a penis. Because he goes streaking.
Yeah, and he's got to cover his pee-pee.
Yeah. So I'm just confused. I don't know. It's a lot.
Yeah, and it seems like the only one that, like, questions him being a snowman is Kathy. Like, is she the only one with a level head? Because in, like, the end when another spoiler, gets arrested for the crimes he committed, she goes back to her holiday party at the cafe and is, like, talking with them, and then she's confused why all of them believe that he is actually a snowman.
Yeah. And they're all like, well, why not?
Why not? It's Christmas.
It's like, you know what? Fair enough. I
So
mean,
true.
Yeah. Why didn't you just say that earlier? And then
Right.
this all could have been more fun.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think we should probably talk about the true crime aspect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So as we said, Jack had to break into the thrift store to obtain some clothing.
Which is how he gets his name, too, because the janitor's outfit has the name Jack on it.
True. And in the process of breaking and entering, he breaks the entire glass window.
Yeah.
And then steals, like, a couple things. And this little town is run by 2 cops.
They run that thing.
One of them is Craig Robinson, who you
From
might...
The Office?
Yeah, you might know as Daryl from The Office. And then Joe Lotruglio. I don't know how to say it. Yeah. He's, like, in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and some other stuff.
Hilarious. Always.
Yeah. And honestly, the comedy they provided was
good.
really good.
Yeah.
It was actually so funny.
I know. I wrote down, I was like, oh my God, I love these police officers. And, like, never did I think I would ever say that.
Yeah. And Craig Robinson kind of played, like, he's the sheriff?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
the bad cop.
He's the bad cop.
They play a good cop, bad cop vibe.
He's hard on crime.
He literally says that I'm hard on crime. I'm here for justice.
Yeah.
And so are we. We also provide a lot of justice through this podcast. So
sure.
We relate on that level.
He doesn't quite understand what justice means.
No.
And it was a poor use of police resources.
Absolutely.
That he was going after this small town or
Exactly.
small crime.
Yeah. Especially when the owners did not want to
Press
pursue.
charge. Yeah.
Yeah, I also think it's just, like, very classic, like, small town cop vibes. Especially, like, how they're portrayed in movies. One thing I thought was funny, too, is, like, the whole thing is he's, like, after Jack, and suspicious of him. He does all this investigating, all this work to try to, like, catch who the streaker was and who broke in. But then, like, 3/4 of the way through the movie, he looks at an ATM that's, like, across from the place and is like, oh, there's a camera on the ATM. We need to check the cameras. Like, bro, that's basic fucking police work.
Yeah. Yeah, they teach you.
You're spending your whole time on just this investigation because you got nothing else going on and you didn't check the cameras?
Yeah, dude. They teach you that day 1 at the academy.
Yeah. Like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer.
So, like, I think the reason that we like these cops is because
They're goofy.
they're goofy, they suck at police work,
Yeah.
but they rock at singing.
Oh my God, they're so good at singing. They do a little music number in the credits, and
I
it's
love it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Maybe you'll get a little sneak peek
You might
of
get a
that.
snippet if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
So I do love on the cop note as well. So other cop, nice cop, he's adorable.
He is so adorable.
He's adorable. And, you know, at one point, Jack and Kathy, they start to like actually like one another.
Yep.
He's always said he loved her, but he also doesn't know really what love
is.
means.
Yeah.
But then they start actually liking each other a lot. And he wants to ask her on a date. Because he sees a little boy ask a little girl to the school dance.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, that's awesome. Like, I want to ask Kathy to the dance.
Yeah.
So then he pulls aside nice cop. He's like, hey, like, could you actually tell me, how do I ask a girl on a date? And nice cop's like, oh, I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, look at you, Jack.
Yeah.
You're a gorgeous
You're
man.
gorgeous. You're chiseled.
Yeah, and Jack's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're like the best looking guy around. And
Yeah.
he's really hyping him up, and it's really nice.
Like they're just compliments back and forth are so cute.
Yeah, and nice cop shows Jack how to dance and how to kiss. And it's just really wholesome.
It really is.
Yeah, it was just lovely.
Yeah. Honestly, speaking of, it's probably one of our favorite quotes. We actually had to replay
Oh my God.
this, and I guess we can talk about it now just because good cop, the love of our lives, delivers it. I think it is so fucking funny, and I'm honestly mad at myself for not like getting it right away, but it is just so good. So Kathy asked him,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So Kathy owns the cafe. So she's like, come on inside. Like, how does a bowl of soup sound? And Laurel and I go, what the fuck is this guy
I was like, wait,
doing?
what is he talking about? Is he
What
like,
is he doing
is he having a
these
stroke?
noises
What is he
for?
doing?
We replay it and we both are just like, oh my God. That is actually so fucking funny.
Yeah, like what does a bowl of soup sound like? And he thinks for a second, he's like, well, I mean, I guess if I
If I had to guess,
Yeah.
I'd probably say,
that's good. That's comedy gold.
that's so fucking funny.
That's great writing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
I love that guy.
Comedic timing is fantastic with them as well.
No, I think so too. One other thing I just remembered is like I think the interaction between like the cops and literally everyone is hilarious. But then one specific scene where Jack is sitting in the diner and he's eating ice
Because he loves to eat ice and he needs to
ice and he needs to stay cold. And, you know, this is really when, like, the sheriff is catching on to that it might be him or just, like, he's getting weird vibes from Jack. And they, like, sits down and they, like, right, they're, like, both grabbing at the ice.
Well, yeah, I think what it is he orders a glass of, like, only ice, Jack
Yeah.
does. And then at the second the cop sits down opposite him, they put the glass of ice down. Like,
Yep.
here you go, Jack. And the cop is like, what are you going to do with all that ice?
Yeah.
And Jack goes, I'm going to eat it.
I
So
like to eat ice.
Yeah, so then he grabs ice, and then the cop grabs ice too, and they just start eating the ice back
Keep
and
going
forth.
back and forth.
It's incredible. Like, they didn't need
It's
to
like-
add that
no,
for 30
it's like fucking
seconds.
hilarious. And I
Yeah.
also want to see the bloopers from it because, oh my God, that'd be
So
so
good.
funny.
Yeah.
So then I think like the good cop's just kind of like standing there and then like Jack leaves or something or gets up, I don't know. And like then he eats some, but it's like ones that they like spit out or something.
Oh
like,
my God.
yeah. It's just like,
It's good.
those little moments were very funny to me.
Oh, yes. One of our very favorite scenes, too, which makes this movie, like, it has all the ingredients of just being a really fun movie. And it's a makeover montage.
Oh, God, I love it.
Love a makeover montage because they have to go get some clothes for the school dance. Oh, and they're going to the school dance.
Yeah.
Because Jack is got a job as the janitor.
But then he's also like very involved with the kids.
He does
so
everything.
It's not really a janitor vibe.
Yeah. He helped plan and put together the whole dance.
Yeah.
Everyone loves him.
Right. Which is also really heartfelt.
I know.
I love that.
I know. So that's the reason they're going to a school dance. It's not just two random adults going to the dance.
Yeah, they're chaperones.
Yeah. But so they have a whole makeover montage at the mall, and they're playing Pretty Woman. And it's just perfect.
It's so good. The clothes are flying up in the air.
It's everything you want.
Yeah.
I will say, so he looks great in his like little tuxedo he gets. I was disappointed in the dress they put her in.
Especially because the one prior to that, the one she
So
goes
cute.
shopping in, is so cute. So then I was like, oh, the dance dress is gonna blow us out of the water. No, not my
it's boring.
favorite. Yeah.
I mean, she looks beautiful because she is a lovely woman.
Yes. A pretty woman.
A pretty woman, if you will. Dare I say?
Pretty woman.
Get down the street. Pretty woman, the kind I like to meet. Marcel.
Do we want to keep talking about the school dance? Because I have a few things to say.
Yeah, the school dance was,
So I kind of think this in every single movie. Throwing it back to Jennifer's Body, I thought this as well. But like, what is the budget for these people's school dances?
Yeah.
I get it's a movie, but like always in TV shows and movies, like it's crazy. When we had dances, it was like, I don't even think there was a streamer in the gym. Like,
Yeah.
they spent money on a damn good DJ, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was about it. We didn't have tons of decor.
No, well, for our
Unless
school dance.
we hosted it somewhere else.
Oh,
But
yeah.
even then, like, okay, you hang snowflakes from the chandelier?
Right.
Or like from the popcorn ceiling? Like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's the budget?
'Cause it
you
was
mentioned
wild.
this, like, isn't this a public school?
Right.
Where's the funding from this?
Exactly. And there were ice sculptures in there.
Ice
there were
sculptures.
It was, it
Yeah.
was very high budget.
Right. And I get like part of Jack's job working there was like making the decor and stuff like that, but it's not like he was chiseling the ice sculpture, was he? I guess he
maybe he
can do
could've.
all.
Yeah, because he learned it from TV, I think.
Right.
So maybe,
Crazy.
but I mean, yeah, it was to the nines. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm very happy for those kids.
Yeah.
Also, the little boy.
Oh, I know.
The little boy and his date.
Yes, I thought it was so cute when like I think Jack was asking him like, oh, like where's your date? And like she's over here, and then it like, you know, camera pans to the girl or whatever, and I was like, oh my god. And they were talking about how he doesn't know how to dance and stuff, and then the little boy asks Jack like, oh, did you bring a date? And Jack points at Kathy and he's like, yeah, she's over there, the adult.
Yeah, so cute. And then Jack was like, oh, are you going to ask your date to dance?
Yeah.
He's like, I want to, but I don't know how.
How?
Jack was like, oh, well, I mean, I just learned how to dance today. What if we go do it at the same time? And they walk over and grab their dates together and then start dancing. And it's just so cute.
I know.
It's just lovely.
Yeah.
But I knew, and I called it. You know I
Yes,
did.
you absolutely did.
When I was like, oh, Jack was talking to one of the kids. He was like, oh, are you guys ready for later? And
Yeah.
like, you ready? I was like, they're going to do a flash mob.
Yeah, you called it instantly.
They're going to do a flash mob. What did they do? A
flash mob.
And usually I hate them. This one was cute because it didn't last very long because Jack starts melting.
Yes.
And he has to go outside. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was adorable.
Yeah, I think another part in there while like him and Kathy are dancing, again, like obviously he's having a lot of heat issues in this. Like even the ice sculpture is quickly melting. But she says to hold him closer, and then he's like, he holds her closer. And then she's like, I'm giving off a lot of heat. And he says, it's worth the risk.
Woo!
But then no more than 30 fucking seconds later, they're outside and he's going to be a fuckboy and deny the kiss.
No,
but also,
no.
I know, but also it's like very endearing of him. I get it. I've had conflicts with this because yes, it's endearing. He understands that she has lost someone and he doesn't know how long he's going to be here. So he wants to do that. It's a very endearing thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's finally being like, oh, okay, I think I could kiss him because
Yeah.
I really like him. He pulls away, and then she's like, I'm glad she asked because a lot of those movies be like, oh, I wonder what I did wrong, and then don't confront him. And she's like, hey, no, wait a second.
Yeah.
Did I do something wrong? He was like, no, I don't know how much time I have left on this earth, and you've been left alone before, and I don't want to do that to you.
Yeah. And
Are you kidding me?
That broke my heart.
Yeah, I was crying for sure at that time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But then also no, I get it. It's very endearing. Like if someone said that to me, I'd be like,
because he cares
a
about her
bumbling
so
mess.
much.
Like he's selfless enough.
Yeah.
But also like the other part of me is like, well, she wanted it and she gets to make the decision for what's best for her heart.
Yeah. But
he's still so great.
Yeah, he really is great. He fixes everything in her house.
Yeah, we really, honestly, I don't think we gave that enough credit.
No.
That this man watched TV, learned all this shit, fixed a roof, fixed a leak, excuse me, which, by the way, buckets and fucking buckets of water. That's a really serious issue, and I don't think it's coming from your roof, given that you have a 2-story house.
Yeah.
So
I hope he knows
maybe
how
you should
to...
call an actual professional.
Right.
But, I mean,
I hope he knows how to fix pipes and things, too, because that was not coming from the roof.
No.
Because it was filling buckets of water at
and
night.
like you have snow on your roof, it's not melting that fast. Where is all that coming from? I don't know. And like, you know, he fixes the stairs. Yeah. And then I think the cutest part for me is the fact that he like decorated, like all the Christmas decor was downstairs and that, and like
he put it
decorated
all up and just like he brought joy back into her life.
Yes,
which she had not had for a very long time. And it was just, I don't know, it made me feel so, not sad, but happy sad.
Happy sad, yeah.
Because when they're talking in her car too, and she's saying about, talking about how she hasn't been able to love anyone because she doesn't know if she loves herself again yet. Like she needs to figure that out, which valid.
Totally.
And he was like, you know, Kathy, I don't think you know how incredible you are.
Yes.
And I like to think that your husband saw you exactly the way I do.
I do.
Are you
Fuck
joking?
me up.
Come on. That is just so incredible.
I know. Hard hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's the thing, like, yeah, it's like there's more like hard hitting actual real emotions than there is the cheesy stuff that you get in Hallmark.
Right.
So I appreciated that.
Yeah.
He's such a fucking cutie.
Yeah. He's
so
like,
kind.
Oh, I'm going to go work at the school. She's like, you can't do that. I told you can't be outside at all because it's dangerous for you because the cops are after you. He was like, well, I don't really care because I want to help people because I see you helping people all day.
I know.
Are you kidding? He's incredible.
Fuck.
I love him. Oh my God.
It's too much. It's all too much.
Oh.
And it's also kind of just like perfect. The fact that one, this bitch needed to get her heat fixed sooner.
Yeah.
But like, then she has no heat and it's perfect for Frosty.
Right. Because he needs a place that's cold.
I know. It's so good.
It's just so kind. Well, all good things must come to an end because he gets caught by the swift hand of justice.
Sheriff gets him.
Figures him out.
Comes in hot to Kathy's cafe and just yells, "Criminal!"
He's been waiting in the bathroom for I don't know how long to make his entrance and bust Jack. Because Kathy comes out because she hosts the whole town on every Christmas Eve for a big meal to bring everyone together. She's like, I'm so happy we could all be here. We've
Beautiful
got
speech.
family and friends. And cop comes out, criminals! And then arrests Jack, throws him in the clink.
Yeah.
And Kathy's like, hey, you can't put him in here. He's literally dying.
Right.
Because it was like 85 degrees in the jailhouse. And the cop's like, well, too bad. I'm locking him up till New Year's.
Yep, exactly. And then Kathy says, like, you have to, what's bail? Like, you have to give him bail. And he sets it at like $2,000. Fuck you.
Something stupid.
Fuck you.
Yeah, Kathy's like, well, I don't have $2,000.
No. She tries to go back to the cafe.
Yeah.
That's when she really finally, like, realizes he's a fucking snowman.
Yeah.
But then she goes and checks her safe. And do you remember what I pointed out? The code 1234. That's her.
She's like,
safe.
Quick, I gotta go to the safe. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Loved that. She doesn't have enough money. But there's nothing like community coming together.
Exactly. Especially around the holidays.
Yes.
Where Sheriff, he's locking up and the whole town comes together.
No, they legit say everyone in the town came.
The whole town. There's maybe like 20 people.
Yeah.
But everyone in the town is there and giving money. He goes, you guys are about $20 short. Who shows up to save the day? The little boy.
The little boy.
But guess who the little boy is?
The sheriff's son.
And he taught his dad a valuable lesson that day.
Yes, he did.
That sometimes what's just is not what the law says.
Absolutely, totally.
Sometimes you got to show a little mercy. I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
They say it's Christmas.
But it's Christmas Eve.
Like,
You let him
come
go.
on.
Unshackle him. Free our boy.
Free Jack. Free Jack. Hashtag free Jack.
Hashtag free Jack. The problem is, it's too late. They pull him out. They drag out his body
out.
and throw him in the snow. And the thing is, we're like, okay, maybe he just like needs to get cold for a little while. Right. Kathy leans down and like kisses him.
Yeah.
And the doctor friend goes up and goes, He's gone.
What do you mean? You don't know. He's a
gone?
fucking snowman.
How do you know he's dead? It's
Like,
been
you have
30
no idea.
seconds.
Especially, too, like, if we're trying to get him cold, yes, throwing him in the snow is a good thing. But, like, you need to be working. You need to be piling the snow on him.
Yeah.
You need to be putting ice cubes everywhere.
Yeah.
Packing it in.
They just
Get him
place
cold.
him
You
there.
just put his limp body down in the
Yeah.
snow and then call it good.
Yeah, they're like, no,
and then
he's
you
dead.
just walk away.
Literally everyone just starts walking away. So what? Okay, even if he was dead, you're just gonna leave this dead body there
Yeah.
on Christmas Eve?
They pronounce him dead. They walk away. And then everyone just kind of like, oh, God.
I guess that's it.
Cleans up shop,
Yeah.
leaves his fucking body there.
That is wild.
And to no one's surprise, he has risen.
He has risen. He's really just Jesus Christ.
This is actually,
actually
a
the-
Catholic propaganda.
Hot
So-
Frosty is really just Jesus. I mean, honestly, like it's kind of
Look,
giving.
you are giving what Catholics say Jesus looks like. That's what Hot Frosty gives. The little bit of the long hair, the shaggy look, the six-pack.
Do you think that was intentional?
Yeah, I just told you it's Catholic propaganda.
Okay, all right.
I'm convinced.
Okay, fair enough.
So I don't like it anymore.
think-
No, just kidding.
I think he looked more like Jesus when he was in snowman form.
Oh,
Oh wow, I didn't even notice.
my bulge.
Well,
My trap.
yeah, like those are very nice.
Yeah, thank
Wow. Wow. Even more. Oh, it's not.
There's no
even
working
working
out.
out. It's just your back. I mean, yeah, you're so strong. Okay. So, anyways, he becomes alive, and then all of a sudden, he's actually a human
Yeah.
because they kiss.
Yep.
Him and Kathy, and then he's like, I feel really weird. Like I feel like kind of tingly, and she's like, you're cold. So he became like half human with the scarf,
Yeah.
and then
full human
because she kissed him
with the
maybe?
kiss. Yeah.
Yeah.
He found love and
and it
he
made
became
him
a real boy.
and now he has blood.
Actually, I feel like it's kind of the opposite because then he looks less sickly and veiny. Like
That's
his
true.
veins would go crazy.
Yeah,
So maybe he's had blood the whole time, but
perhaps.
he's a human boy now.
Yeah, now he's a human boy, and they can do anything they want.
Sex?
Probably. Then it probably won't melt off. I think, because that was one of my questions.
Yeah, the first thing you said was like, oh my God, like, of what vagina is so warm. Like,
it's a cavern.
yeah, like his penis is gonna
a sauna.
melt right off.
I mean, like, I can't be the only one who thought about that because
No,
the
it's just a
entire movie is so sexy.
Yeah, it's a
So-
practical, logistical question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see nothing wrong.
He'll become a eunuch. They have sex one time and he's castrated. Oh, sorry, Jack. Maybe they could just build him a new one then.
Build him a new one. Pack some snow.
Yeah. Wow. Really build your own.
Build your own. A little DIY. DIY pee-pee.
DIY pee-pee. Maybe the most, like, unrealistic, unbelievable part was that many people in 2024 carry cash.
So true. But here's the thing that just made me think of is, does it take place in 2024? Because one of them has a flip phone.
Yeah, but it's also the cop.
So it might just be skeevy cop thing. Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah, because I thought it was taking present tense as well.
Yeah.
But then the flip phone confused me. But yeah, I agree. Who's carrying cash?
Right? I don't carry cash. Sometimes I wish I do. Be like, oh, I'll give you $1. Yeah.
For charity.
Yeah, you know, when the charities are around, I'm like, oh, I don't got any cash. They're like, you can Venmo. And I'm like, I don't want.
Come on.
No, I don't.
Donate to your local and not local charities.
Just donate.
Yeah.
It's a season of giving.
It really is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. When they are giving money, though, I think it's so funny, the old man and the older woman couple.
Yeah.
And then they're like handing back out their money because the cop like decides he doesn't want to take it for bail. And the guy's like, hey, I gave $200. And he's like, the wife like smacks him and is like, you put $1 in. Yeah. I just
That's
love
a nice little
it.
tidbit. Oh, boy. Oh, we should talk about the ending and the gift that he gives her.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That really ripped our hearts out.
To shreds.
Yeah. Did you write exactly what it was?
No.
Oh. I thought you did. You were very confident in it earlier. And what was it too?
What does he give her?
The thing is, he gives her this really heartfelt gift and puts this inscription on it that made us cry. We forgot.
Yeah. Did I write it down? Oh, that's what it was.
Okay.
All right. Well, we finally fucking found it. We really wanted to get this right because it's so cute, because Kathy has expressed that she's not sure she's ready for love because she hasn't been able to love herself since her husband passed. Mm-hmm. So Jack gets her a repair book, and they're going to, fix the heating and air conditioning together. She's going to do it all by herself.
Yeah.
And on the inside of the book, it says, I figured out who your second true love should be. ... It's you. Love, Jack.
That's just so sweet.
So sweet.
Like, that ruined both of us.
Yeah.
Like, that was just really, really kind.
I know. I literally have it in all capital letters. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God. But also, like, I get it. Jack doesn't have an income, and like, so he can't really get Kathy a gift. It's just so funny. Like, in real life, if you got your significant other a repair book with a lovely inscription in it.
Yeah.
And then they gifted you with a trip to Hawaii.
That'd be wild.
I'd be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta step it up next year.
Right? Well, and so she gets him a trip to Hawaii, which is so sweet because when he's watching TV earlier, when he's half snowman,
right?
He's like, oh, that looks awesome. I want to go to Hawaii. She's like, well, I'm sorry you can't because you're going to melt. It's really warm there.
Yeah.
And now he's full human, so now they get to go to Hawaii.
I know. And also, do you remember she says to him in that point, like, that, yeah, it's really hot there. But also, she's like, strangers don't go on vacation. Like, you don't go on vacation with people you don't know.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, well, you also don't invite those people into your home, but that's besides the point. But I just knew, I was like, oh my God, they're going to go on like a great vacation. It's going into Hawaii.
Well, it's funny too, because after you said that, then she said, I guess you also don't like invite strangers into your home.
Yeah.
I was like, they know what they're doing here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're practical, all right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all in all, I just was not expecting it to be that heartfelt.
Right. Especially because from what I knew from like a coworker was that it was like super cheesy, and kind of people on social media were talking about how unhinged it was.
Yeah.
So I expected the worst, and I got comedy, I got unhinged, I got love, laughs, tears,
We laughed,
joy.
we cried.
What more can you ask for?
Yeah. I think what I've seen on social media of it and reviews are like, this is so unhinged. Like, this is the weirdest, craziest Christmas movie. No, it's not.
Exactly.
It's cute. It has, like, some silly innuendos and jokes, but no, it's not. It's, yeah, that's all overblown. don't let that steer you away from watching it.
Exactly.
Please watch Hot Frosty.
Yes. Because especially, like, if we're going to call Hot Frosty and the things that happen in it unhinged, like, that's every Christmas movie ever. Like, plug your kids' ears now, but, like, Santa Claus, Frosty the Snowman, like, all of those are, like, very... We can't comprehend that. They're unhinged. They're real kids.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like,
There's
can't
a lot
then
worse
just
out
say
there.
because this snowman's coming to life in this Christmas movie. That happens all the time in, like...
I think they're talking more about, like, the sexy angle is the
Yeah,
unhinged
but, like,
part.
it's not
but it's
even,
not even
like,
that crazy. It's just that
unhinged.
he's, like, shirtless.
Right. What kind of media do you guys consume? Like, oh my God.
Right? I thought, like, and the people talking about it are the people that are chronically online.
Yeah.
So grow up.
Literally.
Yeah. But maybe that's just part of the marketing, too. People are like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because there's goofy bits to it, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Overall,
Loved
10 out
it.
of 10. Absolutely loved it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to keep watching it.
Oh, definitely. Well, actually, I probably, to be honest, won't because I'm not really a watcher
rewatcher?
or a rewatcher. Mm-hmm. I used to be for 2 specific movies.
Which one?
Cheaper by the Dozen and then Bring It On. Fight to the Finish.
Okay. That wasn't the Bring It On I was expecting.
No, it's the worst one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It
Correct.
is.
Yep.
All right, great. I haven't, well, no, I've seen parts of it, but I haven't seen the whole thing.
Oh my
so
God.
let's do that
Yeah,
one at
we'll
some
have
point.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheaper by the dozen, huh?
Yeah, Cheaper by the
Allison
Dozen.
Stoner?
Oh, and yeah. And The Lion King. I would rewatch those like 1, 2, 3 every single night when I would go to bed.
Every single,
Like, I'm not kidding. Every single night.
time would you go to
No, sorry.
bed?
Not all 3 in the same night, but like
okay.
I would watch like Lion King, Bring It On.
Okay, just like,
In a row,
Okay.
yeah. Tuesday, Bring It On. Wednesday, Cheaper by the Dozen. Thursday, Lion King. Friday,
Every week?
Bring It On. Yeah, for a year plus of my life.
that might be OCD.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is. Bitch, what?
Solid. All right.
Tell my parents that.
We're on the same page. Cool.
They're like, she's just quirky.
Oh, she loves those movies. She's so silly. She's like, no, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. I got to watch Cheaper by the Dozen.
Unreal.
Love you, Mom and Dad. Oh, man. Well, I think that
About wraps it
up. Yeah.
I think I have one burning question.
I can't wait to hear it.
You know it.
No, I don't. You're going to surprise me. I have no idea.
A burning question. If you could have one inanimate object come to life, what would it be?
This is incredible. I just thought of mine.
Oh, really? Because you...
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I think what I would want to come alive is, those blow up, like, car wash.
That's what I would say Max looks like. He moves like that.
The car wash things that are just like
But how terrifying would it be alive?
It'd be hilarious.
Like, yeah, but then you have to deal with it the rest of your life, like Jack. What are you gonna do
But
with that
you'd be
thing?
friends.
I feel like he might be kind of menacing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like he
Probably.
might end up being a villain.
Ooh.
That'd be kind of
I
cool.
think there's bad ones and good ones. Like, you can kind of tell by the way it moves whether it would be a good or a bad. Car wash blow up.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah. It's hard to think about anything because, like, Jack turns into a
human, right.
So, like, this turning into a human wouldn't...
No,
It would
really
lose all of those characteristics.
right.
Besides, it would just be super, like, I think what it would keep, like, Jack keeps his icy bones. This would keep its wiggly body.
So it would be human form, but just
Just,
like really tall and wiggly
wiggly.
and like Jello bones.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when we say come to life, do we mean
That's the thing.
Oh.
Because that's what I was like, at first I'm thinking, like, it stays as the object it is, but Jack doesn't do that necessarily. Like, Jack turns fully human.
shoot? Then that just like ruins everything in my answer because
I still want to hear your answer if you had one in
my
mind.
answer is gonna be like my little childhood like stuffed animal. I mean, I had lots of stuffed animal.
yeah.
I still have lots of stuffed animals.
Yeah.
I'm a child, but like the one that was like
your stuffed animal.
Yeah, like my favorite.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really good answer.
Yeah.
And I think that's like similar to what we were talking about with like pets and stuff, like them being able to, they're alive, but like speak to us, I think would be so fucking cool. Right. I think that's really good. Or like, I would think like an American Girl doll.
Yeah, or like a Barbie even. Oh, that would be so fun.
If my brats could tell you.
Honestly,
Those brats were whoring around.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it. Like, if I wasn't even allowed to have brats because they were too sexy.
Yeah, they were pretty sexy.
Yeah. But I wanted them so bad.
Yeah.
But
I
if
love
brats came to life, like, they'd bully me, I think.
I was going to say I would want to be a brat.
Right, but I don't.
I'm not.
No, I'm not.
We tried to have a brat summer.
I think we had a brat summer.
I think we did. I think everyone was having a brat summer.
Yeah, especially us.
Yeah.
Clearly. Brat winter.
Yeah.
Winter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'm sticking with my answer.
I think you
but
should.
if it's the rules that, like, it comes to life in its current form. But then what if it ends up like Ted? Have you seen Ted?
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I've watched the whole thing, but I
Yeah.
do. Maybe I have.
So it'd
I
be a
don't know.
bummer if it turned into like a
kind
of drinking, smoking,
stoner.
swearing.
Yeah.
I just want it to be like, you know.
I think your childhood stuffed animal would come alive in a beautiful way. It would be a good,
like how you'd kind of want it to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not coming alive. I mean, like a chain smoker.
Exactly.
He wants to go out to the bars. You never know.
You really never know.
Yeah.
Good question, though.
Okay.
So we're going to Hawaii now. We're so excited. Mm-hmm. I will be actually dying in Hawaii, but
Look, if you're going to go out, you might as well do it on a beach.
absolutely, that's where I would like to go out.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Hawaii, folks.
Woo! Well, God, that's another episode in the frickin' books. Episode, what, 4? We're cruising.
So. We're cruising. Thank you to everybody who has been listening, by the way. We really appreciate the support. If you could tell your friends to listen, that'd be great, too, because we're trying to grow, get our names out there.
Yeah.
So,
We clearly need to be in the spotlight. Look at us.
sponsors.
You know.
The Michelin Man.
The Michelin Man. Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
That thrift store from the movie.
Mm-hmm. Kathy's Cafe.
Yes. I think that just about wraps it up.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Well, happy holidays,
Happy
everybody.
holidays.
We will see you in 2025. Don't forget to watch our New Year's episode, which will be coming out early 2025.
Woo!
Have a blessed holiday season
Blessed holiday.
with your loved ones. Hey, boy, what day is it today?
Bitch, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a Christmas Carol. Hey, what day is it? Why, it's Christmas Day. No?
Dog, I have never seen that.
It's Christmas Day.
you could say it a million times. And
Oh, sorry, he wants us to
I
keep
have
going. Okay.
never heard of that.
Oh, you want me to do it again? Okay, the whole thing.
No.
Just okay. Oh, again?
Again. They're literally begging for us to do it again.
It's Christmas Day.
It's Christmas Day. But please, when you're around your family or friends, tell them about this podcast.
Yeah.
It'll cheer up their end of the year and kick it off to a great New Year start.
That's
Start
right.
of the new year.
That's
the
right,
days
folks.
that start in 2025. Well,
She's just still going, man.
all right. You said your line 40 times.
Okay, fair enough. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Feel free to give us a review. It would really help us out. Ring that notification bell. Check out our our socials at A Bit Niche Pod.
And watch this on YouTube because we really put a lot of effort into our wardrobe and makeup.
Our whole badussies. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
This has been a bit niche
This has
again.
been A Bit Niche.
It's